Okay, so this is the tutorial on how to generate the monthly YouTube Shorts report for SDSP. Here's what you're gonna need. I'm going to provide you with the monthly YouTube Shorts KPIs for the current month versus the one from the previous month. So I'll do the example with the month of November here, since I've already done it. And so one thing I would suggest is that you create a folder for the report. So I will provide the links for the KPIs because I am the one who has access to SDSP's YouTube channel analytics. And so I will extract the KPIs. You can either use ChatGPT or Google AI Studio to do this. I will use ChatGPT, but for the free version, I'm not sure if you'll be able to generate this whole thing with the free version. So in the worst case situation, you can use Google AI Studio. So for ChatGPT, you're going to open the KPIs for the current month. And this is what it's going to look like. So as you can see here, the 3 bottom shorts and the 3 top shorts have already been selected. But in your case, when you're going to receive the table, these are not going to be highlighted. It's going to be your duty to figure out which ones are the top 3 and which ones are the bottom 3. And quick side note, the top shorts and the bottom shorts are not determined based on the views. So as you can see here, the top 3 shorts don't necessarily have the best views. Same thing goes for the bottom 3 shorts. The reason is I am using a specific formula to calculate the performance of the shorts. And this formula used the following calculation. So the score is based on 3 KPIs: the engaged views, the average view percentage, and the click-through rate. And I attribute different weights to those metrics. Don't worry about this. I've already created a prompt for this. So this is the prompt for the top versus bottom shorts. So this is how you're going to determine which ones are the top 3 and the bottom 3. But before we get to it, we need to give ChatGPT context by providing the table to it. And so what I would suggest you to do is once you have access to this table, you can go into File here, you can go into Download and create a CSV, comma separated value. And so now you get this file right here, which contains all the name of the column and their respective values with the total at the bottom. So here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna use this prompt right here. You're gonna copy and paste it in here. And so this prompt says, you are acting as a YouTube performance analyst. Using the data in the table provided below for the Super Data Science podcast channel, I need you to normalize the following 3 KPIs for each short on a 0 to 1 scale: engaged views, average percentage viewed, impression click-through rate. I need you to calculate a composite performance score using score, which is engagement, views, norm, etc. I need you to rank all shorts from highest to lowest based on this score. I need you to output the list of the top 3 and bottom 3 performing shorts with their score clearly labeled. And then you have the data here. So that's where you insert the KPIs for the current month. And so the KPIs for the current month, you'll find it right here. This is the thing that you've extracted from the spreadsheet. You copy and paste it right here. Oh, there you go. And then you press enter. It should output those 3 top and 3 bottom shorts according to the KPIs that you provided. So there you go. And so we have the Gen AI, this one right here, the fork, which is this one right here, and then the automation paradox, which is this one. And for the bottom, we have is letting the internet blah blah, how AI agent teams, and how AI will solve humanity. And so we have those 3 right here. So now that you've identified the top 3 and bottom 3 shorts, the next step that you need to do from there is you're going to have to extract the transcript for each of these 6 shorts plus the headline, because we're going to give it to the LLM so that it can give us an analysis of why it worked and why it didn't work so much. So what I would recommend is just copy and paste the name of the video in the YouTube search bar and then you will find it in the shorts section here. And so for example, here we have the video, and then in order for you to extract the transcript, what I usually do is I copy the URL from the short. I go to youtube-transcript.io, and then I paste the URL into the website. I extract the transcript that way, and then I copy the transcript and then I put it into a document. It could be either a Word document, it could be a text document, it doesn't really matter, just you can name it transcript and headlines, and then from there you can just try to stay organized. So you got the title of the video at the top, and then you got transcript, boom, and then you got the headline that goes with it. So the headline, you have to type it yourself. So AI was composing music in the 1980s. So there you go. And then you repeat this process for the 5 other videos. And so you need the headline, you need the transcript, headline, transcript, and then you fill up that whole document, because once you have this, you're gonna go into ChatGPT, and so from there you say, now for context, I'm going to give you a transcript for these 3 top and 3 bottom shorts, including the headline for each one in order to analyze. And then you paste the information that you've gathered in your transcript and headlines document, and so it will be able to analyze those 6 shorts accordingly. The answer here is not necessarily relevant. We just wanted to have some context in the discussion, because we're going to bring this up later when we ask it to generate the whole report for us. Now we need to give the LLM the data from the previous month in order for it to be able to compare the previous month to the current month. So I say, now just for context, I'm going to give you the KPIs from previous month, analyze it, and don't say anything besides done once it's done. And so you go into the KPIs from the previous month. You can do the exact same thing that we did with the current month, which is download, comment separated values. There you go. You copy and paste it into the LLM. Now it has the context of the previous month. So now the LLM knows the KPIs from the previous month. It knows the KPIs from the current month. It knows the top 3 shorts and the bottom 3 shorts. It knows why they performed well and why they didn't. It has the headlines, a transcript from all of these shorts. So one thing left to be done is to give it the structure of the report that we provide to the client in order for it to be able to generate something that is very similar. So we're giving it the template, and it just has to update each section with the new information that we've provided to the LLM. So I say, now this is the report that I did last month. I want to reproduce a similar report with the same different sections. You need to compare the KPIs from November versus October in order to fill out the report. And so not only will I provide you the KPIs for the current and previous month, but I would also provide you the last monthly report that we did for them, so that it has a bit of context. When you open that report, you can export it in a PDF format. So the report should look something like this. So it has 5 sections. It has the executive summary, the performance dashboard, the content pattern analysis, the audience behavior insights, and strategic recommendations. Okay, so here, one of the problems that I had initially was that I was not doing the full month versus the full previous month versus the full current month. I was kind of like doing the period that was including the episodes, but now we're gonna do the current month, the whole current month versus the previous month. So this should either end in 31st or 30th or 28th if it's February, and same thing with this, and it should start at the 1st of the month. So here it's asking an important clarification. So in this situation, I'll just say omit the episodes numbers, put the current date as the month of November and the previous dates as the month of October. Omit the episode numbers, the date that the data was extracted for the date of the report, and the last update, put today's date. Okay, so in this situation, the structure seems to be good, but the numbers seems to be off. So always double check real quick if the executive summary makes sense. Because if there are some errors in the executive summaries, then the rest of the report might have some other errors as well. So here it says this month the channel published 30 shorts, which is not true because when you look at the KPI for November, we have 32 rows starting from 2 to 33. So we've posted 32 shorts. So I'm gonna try to ask it why it said 30 shorts instead of 32. Based on the current month, I noticed we have 32 shorts, and you mentioned 30 shorts in the report. Is it possible that you've made an error in your calculations? Okay, so now let's see. 32 shorts with a total of 32,000 views. That's good. 4 new subscribers. That's good. 24 shorts previous month. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, so now it seems to have the right thing. Can you regenerate the whole report now with the right information? So this is a great example of you shouldn't always trust what the LLM is giving you. In this situation, we were able to just steer it into the right direction again just by stating that there wasn't just 30 shorts, there was 32 shorts in the current month. And then with the KPIs, you have also the total for each metrics at the bottom of the table. And so if, for example, it's talking about let's see here, the new subscribers, so you can go and see if it's actually true. So subscribers, there you go, you have it right here. Subscribers 4, so this is accurate. You also have access to the previous month if you want to double check with this, but we've already checked, so this is good. Engaged views, so if you want a quick trick, Control F will open the search bar. You can type in engaged views, and there you have it. It's gonna locate it for you, 8,951 fell from previous month to current month, which is accurate. So these are ways you can double check, and I invite you to do so if you spot an error just like we did in this situation. Now let's look at the performance dashboard. This seems accurate. Is this what we had with the... Yep. Awesome. We have the top 3 shorts with the reason why it succeeded, why it didn't succeed. And then bottom 3 shorts, we have patterns observed. I invite you to read these just to make sure that it makes sense. And in order for you to understand as well in the future, when you are working on shorts for SDSP, you'll be able to observe patterns faster without relying on LLMs. Audience behavior and strategic recommendations. And so once you have this report generated by ChatGPT, what I would invite you to do is to create a Google Doc and then copy and paste it in a way that it looks like this right here. Small note here, it is very nice to have also the hyperlink for all of these shorts. That way it's easily accessible for the client if they want to see which shorts we're talking about here. So in order to add hyperlink here, you just select the text that you want to add the hyperlink, Control K or Command K, and then you can type in the URL right here, paste a link to the URL right here, and then hit apply. And that will create that blue hyperlink that you see here, which leads us directly to the YouTube Shorts. As for the table right here, make sure that the previous period is on the left side and the current period is on the right side. Try to have only 2 decimals when we're doing percentages. And as for this section right here, you might need to enter it manually. And so for the previous month, Make sure that you start at the first of the month and the last day of the month, whichever it is, 28th, 30th, 31st, whatever. Do the same with the current month, the date that you've created the report, and the last time that you've updated the report if you ever had to come back and then update some of the information. I will provide an example for this as well so that you can copy and paste it into ChatGPT and so that it generates this whole report for you. So I hope this made sense. Don't hesitate if you have any questions to reach out to me and I will do my best to answer them. If there's anything that you would improve to this process, if there's any prompts that we could improve or that we could add to make this easier, please reach out and let me know. We're trying to make this as seamless as possible. So thank you for watching and I will see you in the next one.